Oh, I'm so happy Paul found videos about this place on YouTube. Usually, I don't really like going out to eat. Too expensive, not getting full, not enough selection for me because I'm on a strict carnivore diet, and I prepare the food for me better than others do it. So I'm not a fan of eating out. But that place is good for me. And any other carnivore that loves seafood, and just any other person in the world that tolerates and likes that kind of food that they serve there. The restaurant opens at 1700, 5 p.m. Most Vietnamese people eat around 7 p.m. at 1900. Paul and I went there 2 times, and both times we showed up at 5. No, actually even some minutes before 5. So right before it opens. Online it says it's recommended to make a reservation, but just for 2 people, you don't really have to, especially when you show up at 5 or some minutes earlier. It's not needed at all. But Vietnamese people and Koreans go there with their family for celebrations. So yes, if you're a party of 14 people or something like that, yes, make a reservation. Well, then you basically should make a reservation anywhere you want to go eat. The price is 420,000 Vietnamese dong per person for all you can eat. Sounds so expensive. It's fucking 16 US dollars 14 per person. Well, in February 2026 at least, that was the price, and that was the conversion to US dollars. But for all you can eat buffet per person. And there's no time limit. We went to an inexpensive Japanese all-you-can-eat, grill-your-own-meat restaurant in Batam, Indonesia. Here is the video carnivore in Indonesia. But there we had a time limit of 90 minutes. More than enough time, but it just stresses me out. It stresses me out when I know I have a time limit. I hate that. And also, I grew up in Europe, in Switzerland. There it's, you don't just go to a restaurant, you eat and you leave. You stay there, you talk, you in the US, it's like as soon as you're done, they want you to leave because, ooh, new people, new money, more money. Especially in the South, like Italy, Spain, you're in the restaurant for hours and you just talk and laugh, and yeah, maybe you get a bit more coffee or something more to drink, but that's so I'm used to not being stressed out when I'm in a restaurant. So at Tok Mok Buffet, no time limit. What was very good, because the grill is small for all the seafood and some of it takes a while to get cooked. We got there at 5 at 1700, as I said, and stayed until 7:30 p.m. 1930. After you selected a table to sit at, they will bring you hot coals. At the end, when we left the buffet, I saw how the hot coals got prepared outside. The restaurant has tanks with live seafood. I don't know if that changes by the season. When we were there were 2 different kinds of crabs, various kinds of mussels, small snails, and little mantis shrimp in there. I had mantis shrimp before, just once, in Mae Rim. Here is the video traditional foods in North Thailand, Mae Rim. But they were much bigger and much more expensive. They were quite expensive, so we only bought 1. In the tank in Vietnam, at that Tok Mok buffet, they were small ones, so the mantis shrimp were very small. I'm sure they wouldn't be as expensive to buy at the store, but you'd spend still so much more money if you'd buy all the seafood yourself. Seafood is actually not that cheap in Da Nang, Vietnam, so it's so much cheaper to go to that buffet.
Go.
So am I holding it now?
Yeah.
Because it's gonna go away.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
Oh, it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
So I need to put it up. Is that for this?
Yep.
Put it here. Put the hot red aside.
Just lay it on the ice. So you gotta lay it on the ice for a while.
So can I just leave it here?
Yep.
I'm so scared. I want that one.
You gotta drop it in the ice.
Yeah, but I can't get it. No. Okay, I have one. Okay. Just push it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Then there there were also tuna fillet, shrimp on the wooden spits, other shrimp, big snails, and some other kind of mussels, all raw, ready for you to cook. All the oysters had non-carnivore foods on it, and unfortunately, all the meat was marinated or wrapped around mushrooms. Then there was also a soup station and a lot of already prepared foods like salads. In closed warming trays, there were lots of different types of dishes prepared, ready to eat. Of course, nothing for me. And fruit and other desserts were also displayed. The first time we went there, we only used the grill. They bring hot coals and off you go. For me, the grill can't be contaminated, so Paul waited until the end to put the marinated meat on it for him. So Paul is so nice. He's eating all the stuff that doesn't need to go on here, so I have the space for me. And so the fish is done. That one gets done fast. The shrimp are also not bad, so they also don't take that long, but the rest kind of takes a while. I think especially the things that are still alive, like that one here is still fighting. So for two strict carnivores, using only the grill to cook their food, it's not a good idea at all. So Paul ate mostly from the cooked food, so I could load up the grill. That's unfortunately my problem with seafood. It takes a long time and a lot of food for me to get full. And those crabs and shrimp and mussels were all pretty small. So I had to eat a lot. Of course, I brought my own salt. Because usually they don't serve any salt because they have all sauces and I don't know what. So I'm getting started here. Look at all that. Actually really good. So these here, it's cooked now. Those I took alive. These are mantis shrimp. They're actually really expensive. Easiest way to open. It's raining. Mantis shrimp is so good. Here, another shrimp. Here, snail. Good. Unfortunately, there's no meat I can eat because everything is marinated, like whole stuff here. But look at these, it's just mushrooms, and yes, I throw them away and just bake the meat. Put some salt on it. So maybe now I'm getting full because I'm just not getting full.
Coming.
You see, I can't get, I just put this on. I can't get it out. After that one.
Excuse
Okay,
me?
so what I love the most, here I got some of the meat. Seafood, this is a mussel. Or some fish. Still like raw and cooked. Meat. Put it around. This is my favorite, but now I'm actually starting to get full with the meat. Mussels that don't open, we throw away. The napkins, more like one-layer toilet paper, they provided were totally shit. I probably used an entire roll. Again, I'm only eating not prepared food, so the seafood, peeling all that, freeing snails and crab meat gets really, really messy. And every time I wanted to use my phone to take a picture or a video, I had to clean my hands first. So I used up a lot of those napkins, or more like toilet paper. Also, before I wanted to use my salt grinder, I wanted to clean my hands. So if I'd live in Da Nang, every time I'd go there, I would bring my own sturdy fabric napkin or like a washcloth. There is a little place for kids to play, and the toilets do have toilet paper because, you know, in Vietnam, maybe not all the places have toilet paper because Vietnamese people don't use toilet paper. So the first time we went there, it was on a Monday, February 2nd, 2026. The second time we went on a Thursday, February 19th, 2026, 3 days after Tet. And still in those 9 days of Tet celebration, that's the Vietnamese New Year, Tet. So they said this time we have a time limit because they had so many reservations and we didn't reserve a table. Yeah, when we arrived, there were already people sitting outside and waiting. The woman waved us in right when we arrived. It was about 10 minutes before 1700, before 5 p.m. So right when we arrived, they let us in. So cool. As I mentioned, I hate time limits. Last time we were there for 2.5 hours. The time limit was 2 hours this time. That's totally fine and enough time because this time it wouldn't take us that long to grill and eat all our foods. Because we did what we saw last time, what the locals do. They have a hot pot next to the grill. All the parts to assemble it are available at the buffet and you just take the parts to your table and you assemble it. But we didn't put broth into the pot. We asked for plain water because of me not tolerating spices. So the second time we had the grill and the hot pot. So I asked the guy for just plain water. No broth for me. So the best way for crabs is put them in the boiling water. Boiling, especially crabs and big snails in the pot is so much faster than putting them on the grill. As much as I love charcoal grill, I prefer seafood steamed or cooked. The snails come right out without much resistance. Shrimp are much easier to peel and the seafood doesn't dry out. You can also put the live seafood that comes out of the tank directly into the boiling water, then afterwards on the grill. Then they don't try to crawl away anymore.
Filming.
Now we have the pot, so the shells go back in here for the best seafood broth ever. Once I get it open. Ooh. All the shells back in there. And that was also so much better for Paul because he could actually use half of the grill for the marinated meat at the very beginning and didn't have to wait for me to be nearly finished with my food because then with the hot pot, just half the grill was totally enough for me. But I was very disappointed. The tuna fish fillet this time were very small and they just didn't look very good. So I didn't take any of that. But what was much worse, no fresh mussels and small snails. None. Last time there were 7 kinds of fresh mussels and the little snails. Yes, the buffet is very big and there were tons of mussels in the dishes, but 90% of it or even more I can't eat without getting really sick. So taking something away from the little stash that I can eat is a big deal for me. It's then I can't eat as much anymore. I mean, I can already only eat like 10% from the buffet, and then you take stuff away from that, then I can eat like 5%, and then it's like, fuck you, it sucks. And I was really so much looking forward to put mussels into the hot pot. Not just really for eating the mussels, but the broth with mussels in it, oh, it gives it such a great aroma. It's so good. So I was so much looking forward to that, but the second time we were there, no mussels available for me. Oh, I did get enough mantis shrimp, but there weren't many in the tank. It's also helpful that I have long arms, so I could get the ones at the very back. So lots of Asian people, they don't have as long arms as I do, so they couldn't get those. I definitely recommend to be at that place right when it opens, or basically 10 minutes before it opens. And the best is not to go during, before, or after a holiday. Now the best broth ever. If I can get to it. Ooh, it's gonna be the best broth ever. Yes, and I brought my salt, of course. Again, not as badly as the first time, but also the second time we went there, my neck hurt so badly. From probably like taking the shells off of all the seafood. My neck, it was so badly. Well, it is also really bad right now. So I have a problem, I know. Also, especially when I'm on the laptop working. So, but it was really, I suffered. Especially the first time we were there, I remembered I suffered so much from my neck. With the hot pot and the grill, the 2 hours were perfect. When we left, there were people waiting outside the restaurant to get in. We actually wanted to go a third time. It's so cheap and we actually save money because the food we have to buy for me to cook at home wasn't very cheap. So for me, it was actually cheaper to go to that place and eat all that fresh seafood. But we decided not to go a third time. I was overjoyed the first time I went. The second time would have been even better with also having the hot pot. But because they took away the mussels and the little snails, it really sucked. So I was really disappointed the second time. So why go a third time? If I should go again, then maybe in like 3 months or 4 months or so, maybe then they would have different kinds of seafood, would have changed some things. But well, we weren't staying there for that long. We were staying in Vietnam for, I think, 28 days. So for me, going to that Doc Mock buffet multiple times in a short time is not a good idea because they have the same stuff. So it's no fun for me. And it's, of course, they have a lot at the buffet, the non-seafood, the already prepared stuff. They had so much. So yeah, it's totally worth it to go like 5 times because, oh, now I try this, something new that. But for me, my selection is so small. I get everything from what I can safely eat the first time I go there. And because we didn't do the hot pot, it was totally worth it to go a second time. But then otherwise, it's just always the same for me. So it gets really boring for me. I can still totally recommend this place, but if you're a strict carnivore, go only once and do both, the grill and the hot pot. And don't go right before, during, or right after a holiday. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay fresh.